What's going on, paisanos? V here, coming at you with yet another episode on this fine day. Listen, guys, I just want to say before I begin, please make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. I'm hoping this is going to be a shorter video. I know, guys, I've been having really bad internet connections, so I'm not sure if I could do a long video. Uploads could take forever, and I want to take my wife to IHOP. Goddamn IHOP, best breakfast ever. Comment below if you guys love IHOP, by the way. If you don't love IHOP, then, you're probably dead, so you can't comment. Okay, moving on the sets. Looking at Dark Neostorm, we got cards like GNOME Material, which saw butthole play throughout the Yu-Gi-Oh event this past weekend. GNOME Material is about $48. Mark price is at $49. It's just going to be slowly dropping in value. I still think this is a phenomenal card, and I think it'll definitely see side deck play moving forward in the future. As far as main deck play, I don't know. I don't think so. But I do think that a lot of you players holding a $48 card that's seeing almost no play. It's kind of hard to justify that price point. Ghost Sister Spooky Dogwood has a $41 market price. You're seeing it already here at $40. Why, you ask? Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Players still want to hold on to this card, despite it seeing almost no play, despite it being one of the weaker hand traps, and of course, I think this value is going to also decline in value. Actually pulled Dingaroos to the side. We'll talk about that in a little bit, guys. But moving forward, Cherubini still maintaining its $30 market price. Signet Mining stopped going tanking in value. It's actually stopped, and it's roughly around, you can see over here, $29 for Signet Mining. Three of you looking to play Salamandrates. As we've seen in the previous deck list this past weekend that ran this deck, Salamandrates, that played Signet Mining. Majority of them had three of the card in the deck. Knight Crusader Ivermax is about $20, and to be honest, this card's alright. It's more or less in the current meta right now. For the decks that this card should fit in, it's making the room to fit this card in. I think. I don't think it's a horrible card, but I don't think it's that amazing of a card that you desperately need this card. Then you have Nightmare Incarnation Idly. It's still holding its $13 price point. No changes there. You got Inboard Chalice card, which is about $13. Nothing changing. It's going to be going down in value. Omni Dragon Brotar going down in value. World Legacy Monstrosity actually maintaining decent price points. This card's almost about to hit $5, higher than its current $4 market price. So I don't know what's happening with World Legacy Monstrosity. Is it seeing any kind of meta play? If you know anything about this, please make sure to comment down below. Crackdown still about $3. Mystic Mime, everyone pulled the crap out of this. The price point of this card is about $2. Remember when this card was like $20? Was it $20 to $25 in hype prices? Whew. Look at the rest of the cards. They're just dollar by the specials at this point. Then you have Pot of Extravagance. Card came out in Savage Strike, $74 market price, and we're seeing the unlimited versions be about $77. First editions are hitting almost near $80 for a Pot of Extravagance. A card which price point was at $75 at hype, dying back down, and all the naysayers are like, I told you so, And now we're seeing a deck that can run Pot of Extravagance, go figure. This deck's in Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't require an extra deck, you know. Mystic Mind Burn, as well as Altergeist. I just always want to throw that in there for that one guy who gets mad at me in the comment section, because I always say Altergeist with Mystic Mind Burn, but it does use this card at 3. But yeah, no, Pot of Extravagance is not done going up higher in value. In fact, it's going to continue to increase in value. So if you're out there going to V, when do I buy my Pot of Extravagance? To be honest with you, I don't have an answer right now because it's going to go higher in value. As we go this weekend, next weekend, move forward into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Events, I think Mystic Mind Burn's here to stay, and I think this card's definitely a card that's going to be played in that deck. Then we have Infinite Impermanence from Dual Power. Specifically from Dual Power. Holding a $37 market price, it's not, it's $35s. It's $35 for this card. Man, I don't know about you guys, but Dual Power just looks like it's just going down in value. It's as if a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players bought Dual Power, cracked it open, sorted what they want, cherry-picked what they needed, and sold the rest. Oh wait, no, that's actually what happened. Looking at Dual Power, the card is like evenly matched. The second highest priced card in the set is $12. Ghost Battle Haunted Mansion is about $11. Ash Blossom barely holding on to 9s. Borlow at $8. Basically, Dual Power is just not worth it anymore. It's not worth it to buy sealed Dual Power at all. I mean, you literally have to buy Dual Power and hope you pull Infinite Impermanence to make your money back. That's it. That's what it comes down to. If you pull the next 6 greatest cards in Dual Power, sure, you're plus. But the odds of that happening are just not nil to none. And to be honest with you, I think Dual Power, even though it's a phenomenal box set, and even though I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will still be opening this, they're playing the lottery, pulling Infinite Impermanence, all these other great staple cards, which are absolutely needed for the meta, I still don't feel like the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh players is going to be going low and low as time goes on. Can Dual Power still have value in the future? I think so, absolutely. I think there'll be cards in Dual Power that will have crazy spikes, sure. But right now, looking at Dual Power, it's just not worth it. The price point's declining in value. Infinite Permanence has dropped below $40. I'm amazed it didn't hit 30 yet, to be honest. But it's inevitable, I think, at this point, to see this card's price point hit $30 relatively soon. For the Ultra Rare, by the way. I really want to emphasize for the Ultra Rare because the Secret Infinite Permanence, oh man, it's doing good. In fact, Dual Power a lot of cards in Dual Power didn't really change their price point as much. They didn't really drop down to match the Ultra Rare rarities that much. I mean, look at Infinite Permanence, $66 market price, and it's still about $53 for this card. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's a new seller. Unlimiteds are about $55. First editions are going to be about $61, which is still a little bit under its market price. But when you look at Infinite Permanence, I just always think $60 right now for the card. I think that's the great average for this card. It's about $60, and when you look at the Ultra Rare, it's almost half that. That's how much Dual Power was cracked open, and how much is in circulation among singles through Yu-Gi-Oh players. Next, guys, Phantom Sky Blaster. Obviously a one-of, and there's different variants. I just want to point out that the Dual Terminal 6 one is under $5, and that's a pretty good buy. I would definitely recommend if you're looking to buy Phantom Sky Blaster, the DTs. You can buy the Secret Rares or the Ultra Rares. I currently own an Ultra Rare. I don't own any Dual Terminals yet, but the Ultra Rares are nice, but it's up to you guys as far as which one. There's no, we know there's no significant spikes in Sky Blasters, and you don't need, you don't need to buy the high rarities. You could get commons, which are nothingness that came in OTS Pack 6, the Power Coding Structure deck, which if you played Salamangreats, no big deal because it's the same set that came with Lady Debugs, so you're good for that. But if you want a high rarity, you can get it. But what I'm trying to say is don't spend a lot of money on that card since it's a one-of. Then you got Trickster Corebane, which is still at high price. Corebane's market price is roughly around $9. And yeah, no, it's around $11 for this card. I think it's going to cool down eventually, being the fact that most Yu-Gi-Oh players need this at 1, maybe 2 max. Realistically, 1 for Corebane. So I think its price point will cool down a bit. But looking at it right now, no, it's still relatively high in price point. And I think as we move forward, since we're in the middle of the week, as we move forward till the beginning of the next of this weekend, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players gonna make moves on Corebane and maybe a lot of other cards for their for the Orcus plays, and they're going to go in and the price point of this card obviously is going to go up a little bit in value, and then by next week it'll go back down even more so than it did this weekend. Then you got Dingarusu, the Orcus of the Eating Star. I thought this price point was going to go a lot lower in value. Looking right now, the market price is about $32, which actually matches its current price point. It's about $32 for this card. We're seeing this card play at 1 certain decks. We're seeing it play at 2 certain decks. I think the correct answer is at 2, but obviously if you have 1, you can still play a deck. Looking at this past regional weekend, Yu-Gi-Oh players were still topping with 1 of these in their extra deck. With that said, I think that as we move forward, the price point of this card is going to significantly decrease. So you have Dingarusus and you're debating on playing it, I would just sell it. The price point is going to drop in value. Just sell it. It's a 1 into 2 of. That's it. Then we have Game of Steel. Now, if you're looking to play this weekend at Yu-Gi-Oh events, especially regionals, you might want to consider getting cards like Game of Steel or any of the Kaijus, but Game of Steel is probably the best one because it has the lowest attack for a Kaiju. And the reason why is because Strikers is definitely a real deck. And giving Striker player a Game of Steel with 5 back row, it just is hilarious. I mean, yeah, you can do the same thing with Denko Sekka, sure, that's another great play, but just going here's a Game of Steel, and they look at their back row, they do one of these, they're like, it's good, and you're like, yeah, no, it's good. It's good because you had no answers, and then you just murder them. So, I mean, it's pretty good to do. And looking at Game of Steel's price point, it's reflecting that. You got the original rares, which is a $4 market price, but we're seeing at 6s. You got the Secret Rares, which is an $8 market price, which is almost near $9. You got the OTS Super Rares, which it's kind of low actually. It's about $6. To be honest with you, my favorite version is the Super Rares. It's my favorite version of Game of Steels. Secret Rares look nice because, you know, high rarity, sure. I just like Super Rares opposed to Secret Rares. Let me know if you guys think that as well in the comments down below. Am I the only one like this, or do you like? I mean, I own 2 Secret Rares. I like the Super Rares. I've seen them. I'm probably gonna buy them myself personally, but yeah, I don't know. That's the way I feel. Anyway, looking at Trap Trick has a $41 market price. This card is just going nuts. Unlimited versions are about 42s. As far as first edition Trap Tricks, it's about 40. You got one over here for 43. This was a $30 card last month. $30. Even that was a lot of money, but now look at this card, it was 42. Initial pre-sale price of Trap Trick was $10. And now it's spiked high in value. Well, obviously this card's being used mostly in Mystic Mime, though I will mention if you are playing Salamangreats and you're seeing the deck profiles, there was a couple out there that run Trap Trick. So, I mean, that's something to take into consideration if you are a Salamangreat player. But yeah, no, looking at Trap Trick, it's definitely an amazing card. We saw Mystic Mime play that one, the San Jose Regionals. He played one, which is kind of weird, but I like that. I like how he just played one. He's like, I don't want to open two. I don't like opening two. I just want to open one, so I know it's live when I get it. Open it early game, you're good to go. Open it late game, it's trash. Open it mid game, hopefully you have some options. So I do like that a lot. I think that's really cool. I decided to only play one of these, especially with all that draw power. You got Power Duality, you got Power Extravagance if you're looking to play that Mystic Mime variant. So I 100% get why he wanted to do that. Then you have Fantastical Dragon Phantazmay, a card in which, to be honest with you, if we're going to be 100% straight up, it saw some play throughout this weekend, but not as much as it did see him play 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It saw way more play back then. And with that, I think we're slowly starting to see his card go down a little bit in value. I think. Could be wrong. Market price of Phantazmay is about $111, and you got let's see, real sellers. Okay, you got over here $109. Someone asked me real quickly in the comments, and I keep getting this question asked over and over again. So let me address it. I don't acknowledge new sellers or sellers with a little bit of sales, and the reason is very simple. Because they could be scammers, and I don't want to acknowledge scammers. Now, out of these four, let's say one of these is a scammer. Let's just say that. Okay, that means it's 1 out of 4. There's a 25% chance you could get scammed by buying a Phantazmay for $100 and saving $9. Well, I don't want to put it out there for you guys. I don't want to source these scammer prices. I just don't want to do it. I will note though, these scammers it's pretty good for these scammers to be on here in a weird way, because guys that do have Phantazmay at 109 might want to consider selling it at under $100. This is, you know, the shilling of the price points makes perfect sense. I don't agree with it. I think scammers are scummy, but I do understand what I do. You create a new account, you list Phantazmay at a low price point, or say $10. People go on and then list their Phantazmays that have it at 910 at $100, and you save $10 by buying Phantazmays. That's one way of doing it. Another way, of course, when people buy from you, they just don't sell the card to them and they try to get the money. It's really scummy. But you know, it is a thing, and that's why I don't list new sellers. We're all new sellers at one point at TCG Player. The only difference is we decided not to shill and just keep selling cards. And yeah, if you think that new sellers are coming in Yu-Gi-Oh all the time, you're naive in that. And I mean, that's a good naivety to have, but it's honestly not smart, because a lot of them are just trying to shill price points. That's all it comes down to. As well as scam great Yu-Gi-Oh players that are putting their money into the market and then have to go through a whole process to get their money back. It's just not fair. So that's why I won't cite them. Moving forward, artifacts. Scythe. Current price point of this card really varies. I think it's still very high in value, to be honest with you. And if you're holding Scythe and you're not playing it, sell it. If you have multiple copies, get rid of it. And the reason is very simple. This is going to get reprinted, or this is going to become useless come the next season of the ban list. You're going to have it to YCS and Nationals, sure, but if you have multiple copies and you only play one, yeah, no, get rid of this fast. Like Satwalk, hit pause on this video and list your extra artifact size. It's just not worth it. Original ultra rare versions are about $13 on the market price. You're seeing over here about 14s. You got the super rare versions from the set itself being about 14. You're seeing it barely hold on to that $14 price point. And then you got the Megaton versions, which are about $14 and under a $16 price point. The card value of artifact size is declining. And like I said, guys, if you do have, unless you have one and you're playing it, get rid of the extras. Then we have Lady of Lament. I love this Lair Dr. Structure deck. I still love that deck. I think it's a really fun deck. I think there's a lot of cool things to do. Also, I mean, let me go over the price points and we'll talk a little about the set. But market price is under $4, and you see it over here under $4. We're done. Okay, let's go into the set real quick. I just want to show you something real quickly. In case anyone's confused about the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or about, hey V, I'm having problems with filling 2 Draco players, name here. What do I do? Well, this set actually has the answer for 2 Dracos, and I'm not sure if everyone realized it or not. The answer to be 2 Dracos is in here, depending on the deck you play, of course. Here it is. You can just run Grinning Grave Virus. That's all. That's it. 2 Dracos don't run many hand traps. They run a lot of the core monsters that they really need, and you can just run this. Tribute 1 dark monster with 3,000 or less attack. The opponent destroys 1 card of their choice in their hand or deck for every 500 attack that monster on the field. If you tribute a monster with 2,000 or more attack, you can activate this card. Look at all cards your opponent draws into the end of the 3rd turn after this card activation, and destroy all monsters amongst them. Cards destroyed into the graveyard, but this card's effect cannot activate their effects the same turn. The reason why I like this is because True Dracos, for the most part, they just run True Draco monsters. That's it. You run Grinning Grave Virus. You side Grinning Grave Virus. You play this in like Thunder Dragon variants or any variant that just runs Dark Monsters, and you just smack the crap out of them. You can easily make a Colossus, sack Colossus off a Grinning Grave Virus, and that Thunder Dragon player is crapping in their pants. Yes, they have the spell, Disciples, to recycle those True Draco monsters. I get it, sure. But no, you open this and you blast them away, they're going to have to put a lot more work in this getting their play started. Whereas you just basically have a bunch of Thunder Dragon monsters if you're playing that variant. I just think this deck's amazing. This card's amazing, Thunder Dragons. But other decks, you have a lot of ways to just, like I said, make them use a lot of resources. I think that's something that's really important to look at when playing against that deck. And I would love to know what you guys think in the comments section below. Do you think that's a good card? Are you gonna play it? Or you can consider it? You can even run deck dev. No, Eradicated Epidemic Virus is another great card as well against True Dracos. But I just like this because it's a 3 of, and not many people know about it. And also, you know what? Can Lair Darkness be a thing again? I mean, it never was really a thing, but can it be a thing? I just love this card. I think this card definitely will have use in the future. By the way, I bought 3 of my Lair Darkness structure decks. People were trading their stuff away. I kept all of my stuff. I think it's a great structure deck, and I think it just needs its time in the future to be meta relevant. But I would love to know what you guys think. Then we have Demise of the Land, short print comic from Light Destruction, under the $4 market price, and you've seen unlimited versions about $3. As far as first edition Demise of the Lands, I don't know why it's money. It went up a little bit for a short print common. It's $4. I know that one guy ran it at that one event, and evidently everyone was excited about it. There was initial pre-hype about it. All it does is activate when your opponent special summons a monster, so select one field spell from your deck and activate it. You do it for Mystic Mom. I get it. I just think Metaverse is better. But I guess if you're trying to get around Tenko Sekka, this is the card you want to slide out for Metaverse. So I understand that aspect. I don't know. Let me know if you guys are playing Mystic Mime. Are you going to be playing this card? Also, Ledger of Ledgerman is going up in value. It's I don't want to say bought out, but definitely higher in value. Market price has this card roughly around $3.80. Unlimiteds are under $5. First editions are a little bit above $5 for this card's price point for this card. And it's not a bad card. I think it's a really good card if you're looking to play Mystic Mime. Definitely test this card out. I haven't done my testing on it, so I don't know. And yeah, I think this is a good card, sure. I mean, you're going to be stalling turns. Why not draw free cards? Or add free cards, I should really say. Let me emphasize, add free cards. Okay, up next, Wave Motion Cannon. Quarter box special. Super Rares are hitting some stupid numbers. $90 for Super Rares. After that $90 is gone, it's $100 Super Rare Wave Motion Cannon. Dark Revelation 1 versions have all these cards spike. Dark DR1s are about $13 on the market, and then you got Unlimiteds are about 22s. Near Mints are about 26s in case anyone wants a Near Mint version. This is quarter box special all day long, by the way, guys. This is all this is. It's quarter box special. Then you got CP5 versions. They're about $88. Oh, no, that's a Super Rares. I'm sorry. That's a Super Rares. Where's the other one? Okay, Magician Force, old school Yu-Gi-Oh card. $12 market price, but of course it's not $12. Limited, it's about 19s. As far as first edition versions, first editions are $24. There you go, boom, 24, and then 25 for a Wave Motion Cannon. I don't know if this card's needed as much. I think this is a great side deck card for Mystic Mime. You could like main 1 or 2, but you don't want to fully rely on this card with 3 ofs because it just you run chance of bricking. And even though this is a great card, I'm just not too crazy about it. Though I will say this is a great side deck card, so you can make 1 or 2, side the rest. And the reason why is because your opponent's obviously going to side card to stop you, to stop Wave Motion Cannon. And that's the long and short of it. I think this is a great card, but don't try putting 3 in. It doesn't always work fully. That's from my experience. Then you got Metaverse. Of course you do. Market price of the common versions of Metaverse is at $3 for a common and a structure deck. And then you got the original version from Circuit Break. Market price is holding this card roughly around $3, but we're seeing it over here hitting easy almost near $4 for a Metaverse for the original print rares. This card was nothing. I remember when this buyout first happened. The guys that were doing the buyout hit me up, told me about it. I got my threes, of course. I didn't go crazy. Not that I didn't believe in the buyout. I was like, dude, I just want to get 3 ups and call it a day. I think I had 2, and I just won a line board and for like 10 cents, something silly like that. And I remember going everyone's reaction. Everyone was freaking out about the buyout. And majority of people hated it. And now look at it. Look at it. It's a $4 card that was like nothing. How silly does the market work sometimes? You'll never know. Moving forward to the comment question of the day comes from JJ Rodriguez Hill. JJ Rodriguez Hill. Hashtag V. You respected Vanguard by not talking about them. LOL. Also, you're doing a video on card games. What's up with the new Bakugan kick? Okay. So let me talk about Vanguard, because I think Vanguard is a small sect of card players, and I think over the whole general scheme of card players, you have small sects that are diehard fans, and Vanguard, Y Schwartz, Force of Will, these are those small sects, and they will kill for their card game. They talk it up, they're so excited about it. They're not getting new players in those small communities. Those small communities are never getting new players. The amount of new players going to the small communities it is equal to or less than the amount of players leaving that community for another card game, or maybe just, to go real life. Real life? What? So that's what's happening with those card games. That's why I don't consider those real card games. I consider those card games that have their Worlds event at like a convention, because the community isn't as big. Is the card game fun? I bet it is. Is the card game cool? Could you like it out there? Could you watch this video and enjoy it? Probably. But you would probably enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic the Gathering more, being the fact, and Pokemon, being the fact that those are the top card games, and for good reason. They have the most they can do with the card games. They can stretch more and do more for the player base, as Vanguard can't. Though I will say, Vanguard's company, same as White Short's company, Bushiroad, is a phenomenal company. They are really, really nice to their players, and they listen to the community more because they have such a small community. Force of Will, I'm not a big fan of Force of Will. I got sucked into it. I enjoyed it once, and the company crapped on its stuff. And I might do another video about why card games really decline, and how I will note Dragon Ball Super is following the same steps as Force of Will followed. Now, if you get a diehard Dragon Ball Super player, they'll go, "No, you're insane, V. You're wrong. You're out of your mind." Sure. That was the same guy was a Force of Will player saying the same exact thing. I've had that same argument with Force of Will players as the game went smaller and smaller and smaller, as the company bottlenecked production on products to increase the artificial hype of the singles in the market. So yeah, sure, no, your game's doing great, my guy. Realistically, your game's terrible. And Dragon Ball Super, I think that game's going down in value. And the reason why it's going down in value is because you got a starter deck Broly that has a $300 promo. Oh yeah, go get the $300 promo. What are you, retarded, Bandai? Once again, there's a lot of problems with Dragon Ball Super, and I might make another video, because I was anti-Dragon Ball Super, then I was pro-Dragon Ball Super because it was doing phenomenal, and now I'm just 100% back. We went full triangle. To me, hating Dragon Ball Super. And with the new Naruto card game, no, I'm not even looking at that. It says Bandai on it. And we know what happened last time. It's just reverse order. It was Naruto being good, then they're adding Dragon Ball Super. Well, Bandai's doing the opposite way and thinking we're just not going to realize the fact that they're just doing Dragon Ball Super and then Naruto. Nah, I'm good, bro. Thank you so much about that. Have a good time. As far as the new Bakugan thing, it's a dead card game. It's a dead, whatever the game it is. Even though my kids love Bakugan, and my kids love, what is it, Bakugan? My sons love Bakugan, and they love the other one. Crap, for the name of the other game. Crap, I forgot the name of the other game. The Tops. Maybe that's Bakugan. I don't know. My kids love that. They love the crap out of that. I will admit that. But yeah, Bakugan, all it is like the marijuana of card games. It's like the gateway card games to get people to play in the big three. That's all it comes down to. There's not enough support. There's not enough word on the streets for card players. Stores don't really have incentive to really promote Bakugan and any of that crap. It's just not good. Just because you remade a game doesn't mean it's to succeed. Look at Versus System. Axe Demobox being remade, and if they succeeded, it's just not gonna happen. So Bakugan's renew again. It's just, the hype's gonna die down quickly. I don't care who promotes it. I don't care who shows out and tries to say it's good. It's just not that good. I'll take another question, because I see this guy has 3 of them. Music Unlimited says #Q4V. Just wondering, what is the cheapest deck core to pick up that has future potential? Also, can you take a look at Ghost Trick prices? I'll look at Ghost Trick prices while we're doing this. I think you want me to say Ghost Tricks, quite a hunch. I'm not going to, even though I like Ghost Tricks a lot. They're so fun to play. And I can't spell. Okay, here we go. They're so fun to play. I always like to build Ghost Tricks decks during Halloween and just play my locals. When I used to go to locals and play, not when I'm at a card shop. The prices are definitely relatively high for Ghost Tricks, and that's because cards like Ghost Trick Lantern has only 2 printing, because you can see over here. The only reason the cards are high because they're hard to get cards. That's all it is. It's a hard to get archetype, and you got like Ghost Trick Mary, that's like $6. You got the other version, which came out it's either Legacy of the Valiant Shadow Spectres or 2014 Megatins, besides the new cards that obviously went down in value for Ghost Tricks. Oh, then you got Ulti Ayu cards. Is he popping up here? Ulti Ayu cards, which are actually dirt cheap right now. They're like really cheap. They don't show much play because all they do is pop a back row for a level 3 monster. But yeah, $4. First edition versions about $5. That's pretty cheap for Ayu card. I will admit that. Okay. Ghost Trick's definitely not the deck with future potential. But let me answer that question with another question. I don't know. Actually, more of a statement into a question. I don't know what deck core will have future potential. I have zero idea. So with that, I asked you, what do you think it is? Because whatever answer you say is just as good as whatever answer I say, because we don't know what about the future releases, future product, future links, or any future game mechanics that will abuse decks that are currently out here in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! With that said, when I look at deck cores, I don't just grab one and go, can this be good? I go, I don't know enough about the future of this game, or the future new game mechanics that might come out, or future new card support for a legacy archetype. I don't know much about any of that stuff, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab a random deck core. I normally look through my bags or my binders and grab the pieces of a random deck core and go, okay, I have pieces of this deck core. I'm just gonna buy the rest of this deck core. Get some sleeves on this bad boy. You don't use sleeves. Don't need to be brand new sleeves. Slap it in a deck box, throw it to the side, and then do the same. Rinse, wash, and repeat. So I will maximize my chance of any new legacy support coming out for older archetypes, and I could be in the plus. That's the way I do it, and it's worked phenomenally for me. And hopefully, moving forward, that will work for you phenomenally as well. You're from the East Coast, aren't you? Yeah, I'm originally from Brooklyn, and I live in Kentucky now. How weird is that? Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my Marco Watches. Thank you so much for watching, guys. The channel's been growing phenomenally. You guys, the comments, I love reading the comments. I really do enjoy it a lot, and keep on coming, boys. Seriously, thank you so much for watching this video, and I guess the only thing I can say is what deck core's gonna go up in value next. I mean, could it be Constellas? Could it be Infernities? Could it be Evil Storms? Who knows? But find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball V. Have a great day, Paisanos.